It was supposed to be a normal Saturday, the kind with blue skies, light wind, and the sound of children laughing at Greenville Park. Emma and Josh Carter had taken their 5-year-old son, Lucas, to the playground near the lake. Lucas loved the swings, the kind that made his tiny feet stretch toward the sky. Emma sat on the bench with a coffee. Josh scrolled through emails, half present. They didn't see the truck pull up. A white utility van, no windows, parked near the edge of the lot, too close to the grass. No markings, just a man who left the back doors cracked open, chain dangling from a hook. Inside, 2 large German shepherds, muzzles off, eyes sharp. Then someone yelled, "Hey, your dogs are loose!" Emma turned, saw chaos. The 2 shepherds had jumped from the van and were tearing through the park. People screamed, kids scattered. But Lucas didn't move. He was crouched near a patch of flowers, examining a bug. The dogs were heading straight for him. Emma dropped her coffee. "Lucas!" Josh took off running, but the dogs were faster. 30 feet. 20. 10. One growled. Lucas looked up, confused, and then a flash of white from behind the trees, a massive Samoyed, thick white coat, powerful legs, charged between Lucas and the dogs. He didn't bark, he didn't growl, he simply stood there, a wall of fur and muscle. The first shepherd lunged. The Samoyed didn't flinch. They collided in a blur of snarls and fur. The second shepherd circled around, but the Samoyed kept both in front. He snapped once, loud and warning. The shepherds backed off, then lunged again. Lucas was crying now. Emma reached him. Josh scooped him into his arms. The Samoyed took a bite to the shoulder. He yelped, turned, countered. Blood on the grass. Finally. Whistles. The owner of the shepherds had returned. He grabbed the chains, cursed, dragged the dogs back to the van. The Samoyed sat down, panting, one leg trembling, chest rising and falling. Emma knelt beside him. "You saved my baby. You saved my son." The Samoyed licked her wrist and collapsed. They rushed him to the emergency vet. No collar, no tag, no chip. The staff cleaned his wounds, stitched the shoulder, gave him fluids. They placed him in a warm kennel and wrote on the clipboard, "Unknown Hero." Back home, Lucas kept asking, "Where's the white dog, Mommy? Is he okay?" Emma didn't know what to say. That night, as the house finally quieted, the phone rang. An unknown number. Emma hesitated, then answered. A woman's voice. "You don't know me, but I believe the dog that saved your son belongs to me. His name is Toby, but before you thank me, there's something you need to know." Emma's voice was shaking. "You're saying the Samoyed that saved my son is yours?" The woman on the other end spoke gently. "Yes, his name is Toby. He's not just a pet, he was trained to protect." The next morning she arrived. Mid-50s, gray braid tucked under a military-style cap, denim jacket with a faded patch on the arm, U.S. Army K-9 Corps. She stepped into the living room like someone who'd seen fire and walked through it. Her name was Marla Bennett. Josh offered her coffee. She declined. Emma sat with Lucas in her lap. The boy looked up. "Is Toby okay?" Marla smiled. "He's strong. He's healing." Then she told them the rest. Toby had once belonged to her son, Daniel, a combat medic stationed in Afghanistan. Toby was his partner, trained to detect explosives, track wounded soldiers, and stay calm under fire. They served 3 tours together, saved dozens of lives. 2 years ago, Daniel was killed in action. His unit was ambushed. Toby survived. Barely. He came home broken, not just physically, emotionally, refused to eat, slept near the door, waited for Daniel to return. Marla took him in. He wasn't the same, she said, but he still had his instincts, his courage. She often took him on walks in the countryside to clear his mind. That's how he wandered off 2 days earlier. She searched everywhere, and then the news story about the mystery white bull in Greenville Park reached her. Emma wiped tears from her eyes. Josh sat frozen. Lucas whispered, "He saved me." That evening, they all went to the vet clinic together. When Toby saw Lucas, he wagged his tail softly, then laid his head in the boy's lap. No barking, just peace. Marla knelt. Toby was meant to protect. It's who he is. And now, maybe, this is his new mission. She looked at Emma. "If you'll have him, I'll let him stay." Emma gasped. Josh blinked. "Are you sure?" Marla nodded. "He chose your son. That matters." A week later, the Carters adopted Toby officially. Lucas couldn't sleep unless Toby was at the foot of the bed. Emma made him a custom collar with Daniel's initials. Josh built a ramp so Toby wouldn't strain his legs. But they didn't stop there. Emma, Josh, and Marla started a local non-profit, Toby's Watch, a foundation for retired service dogs and children in need of emotional protection. They matched trained dogs with families, gave talks at schools, built a small center near the park, with a statue of a Samoyed in front. And underneath, the words, "He didn't ask who the child was. He just stood in front." Toby lived 4 more years. Every morning, Lucas would hug him and whisper, "Thank you." And when the time came, Toby passed peacefully, wrapped in a blanket, with the medal Daniel once earned resting on his side. But his legacy never left, because in that town, whenever a child said they were scared, someone would always answer, "Don't worry, Toby taught us how to be brave." Thank you for watching. If you want to get more that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.